Sends it out wide. Cordy pushing up, man on behind the defence. Cordy kicks it down towards the 50, and Boyd will mark right on the line. They've got a runner 2-on-1 inside the 50 now. Getting free in front, Stringer couldn't take the mark. Johannesson onto the loose ball, tackled by Prithers.
The team's defences have been really brave. They've left direct opponents to make sure they pushed up when there was a free player in between, which is why no one scored a goal yet.
Boyd won that one, got it back again. Picken fires the handball.
And you just think that was one he should have had a crack at.
Butler out of defence then, high ball, Lysette on the ground now, had it knocked away. Prithers in trouble, cleverly. Hutchings not so clever, out of bounds on the full. Tory Dixon, 5 goals in the corresponding game last season, 5 straight.
Early stages, but no doubt the Bulldogs ground level grunt at this stage is earning them the better part of the early part of the game.
Daniel, the centering ball, dangerous fist. Barras, Gaff, Butler gets it wide.
Around the contest, brilliant at winning the footy, but also applying pressure, and at the moment their pressure game's enormous.
Matthew Boyd, 4 disposals, tough tackle on Sheed from Dalhouse, and it'll come up again. So has the moment got the better of them here, Das, do you think, or just simple calculation errors?
Well, I think they've stood up.
Quick kick away, over the top, Yo. Normally marks those, finds it on the deck, trickles across the...
Something's gone horribly wrong for that to be the case.
Who knows? Might be. Over the top, Morris did well. Sheed ran into a dead end. Kennedy snaps. Out of bounds on the...
Order restored here with Boyd in the ruck.
Fell at his feet. Liberatore knocked it. Hutchings gave a hand pass.
Another good look at an opportunity inside 50 without a goal.
Boyd stands up this time and marks on the 50. So the kicking out from both teams hasn't been terrific. And maybe this is the pressure of finals footy, the first final for 2016.
Can he take the pressure? He's got the distance. He can kick the ball 55 metres, Tom Boyd. But he's just got to be calm enough and composed enough. Control power through the footy.
Pressure's been the word for Boyd this year. He's been under a lot of pressure. He goes short and too short. He's never kicked more than 2 goals in a final. So never productive, especially in the finals. Now Boyd to himself. Long ball. Here's another Boyd, and Roughhead drifting in from the side. Good mark. So they went longer that time. And the tall target's hitting the one spot.
He really added this to his game. Jordan Roughhead, 34 contested marks. That's the 35th for the year.
So Boyd again involved. Dalhouse has been busy. Back to Gaffey, dropped that. Good tackle, Dalhouse. Doing well, the Western Bulldogs. They lead it by 14 points with just on 2 minutes remaining.
After the boundary throw in, Giles foxes his own ball. Gave it to... Hopefully he's okay. Taken nicely by Wellingham. Back towards half forward. Boyd juggles it. Took a while. Darling flung him down. That would have hurt. Ball spills wide towards a teammate there, though, as far as the Boyd player was concerned. It came across to McRae, who gave it back to Boyd. Did him no favours.
Into the game. That's Gary Zimmerman, the doctor down there. Just
now a driving ball again. Inside 50.
Doesn't do that. Liberatore controlled it very well. Kicks it up towards the wing.
Of course, in the elimination final against Adelaide last year, the Western half forward. So he drives it long. Not a really good kick. Boyd couldn't quite mark. Waiting down Hamling. Bulldogs thought he was taken high. Eagles fans thought he had it too long.
Dogs after the Eagles kicked the first 2 goals of the game off hands. In trouble down there.
So Tom Boyd taking a turn in the ruck now. He generally plays big.
Deadly with his feet, or foot more particularly. Decidedly left-footed. There goes the kick from Dunkley, who took the mark. Gunnerwood's full forward. Well, a couple of Dogs stayed down. They could benefit off the ground. Someone is...
Away he goes. He wants to take him on Johannesson. Here's Daniel again in the pocket. Boyd's on the end of it. How well are they playing the Bulldogs?
That was a brilliant kick inside forward 50. The perfect kick for the way they want to play. Blaze away to the goal square. McGovern's down there. Barras is down there. Hit the leading target. Perfect play.
Just Jordan Roughhead seems to have a bit of an issue. He's not particularly happy as he's coming to the bench now.
So this is Boyd's 4th disposal of the night. He's been a good target. Some time in the ruck. 10-7 this season for a 29-point lead. It's across the face, and just to say yes.
Yeah, they were flying, weren't they, West Coast, coming off a massive win, and it's not the Bulldogs that benefited the most from that.
How about this? Boyd from the Barras spoil. It fell into his hands, and not for the first time tonight. A very gettable opportunity for the Western Bulldogs goes begging. They're 25 points in front. Sounds strange. They could be as much as 30.
It's a ground level game at this point, and the Bulldogs are doing that much better.
Willingham virtually.
Sometimes these nights just don't unfold the way that you would expect. You can't believe that was a miss.
Bontempelli, McRae, back to Bontempelli, getting touches, dangerous sign. McRae wants to feed Bontempelli. They surrounded him. Johannesen, though, on the burst, drives it down towards half forward. Boyd from the side. Too easy. There's Picken towards midfield. Boyd with confidence came to the front of the pack. Well done, big fella. Alongside those centre circles. Told to play on. Drives it long. It's one-on-one football. Centering ball. Chance for a rebound opportunity for the Dogs. The big fellow.
Contested finals ball. And no surprise that Liberatore in amongst that.
And again, Liberatore, Smith, Boyd having a good term. Hooks it down towards half forward. They come from all directions. Ball falls in front. Wellingham did nicely. Butler. McGovern. Sends it up towards the wing and Shuey. Bearing down. Boyd again. Oh, we're watching him grow up, Boyd. The ball comes off the boot of Smith. It's gone out of bounds on the fall. 17 seconds remaining in the term. Only one.
The game, but they will keep trying to do this. Go through the middle.
Look at Picken, brilliant to Boyd. Wobbles one towards the centre square. Gee, Butler had it.
Pushing up the ground is Shuey. Going after it, Prittis. Trying to clear a path, Morris. Over the top comes Boyd. At the base of that is Darling. Holding the ball, says the umpire. So Boyd in the thick of the action. That's second term. Really something by Boyd. A lot to like.
First goal of this half. Massive here, McGovern.
Push up and down the ground and make sure that the Eagles can't get through. Just been
Really good game. Suckling was involved, and then the ball hammered back down towards Boyd, who got up high from the Johannesen kick. Bontempelli, Liberatore, Boyd in everything at the moment, taken head on by Barassi. Kept going. Brilliant. Smith snaps and goals.
Just the competing from Tom Boyd. This is where he can really take his game to another level. Did really well not to get caught holding the ball. Surged it forward. Before that, he was up in the air. He brought the ball to ground, and
that's Johannesen breaking off half back, drives it down towards the pocket. Boyd again, this time racing back.
Taking off the Bulldogs, and that is the average player experience. And the Bulldogs in this final series are far and away the most inexperienced.
Clay Smith, one of them, Darcy, kicked that last goal. Libba also playing him.
Either.
Yeah, no, the two really good players, but gee, the rest of them, that ground level brigade, they've just been ferocious at it.
Boyd
Game at the moment.
was a terrific mark. It's in the genes. His dad was a beauty. Over the numbers, one of the biggest kicks of his life. Hooks it badly towards the pocket.
Happy with Jeremy McGovern. Was a player that they just had to get under control in defence, and he has had no real influence on this game for the West Coast.
Speaking of influence, Boyd, that's Tom Boyd with only 2 disposals in this term, but he's had an influence, a real influence lead.
Yeah, he has. No, he's got the body in there. He's used the big body. He's taken a few marks, and even that goal he fed off was just outstanding.
And that was him again then, his hand down, knocked it to Roughhead in the end. He was third man up. Again, he contests this time against Giles and might have got first hands to it yet again. Ball, bottom of that pack. The Eagles desperate to keep it locked in.
Yep, interesting. Sorry, Baz, the directive from the bench. Take your time having your shot at goal. Waste 30 seconds. The clock is on the Bulldogs side.
38 points the lead. Just over 10 minutes to play in the third term. Smith.
Marston. Just when they go inside the forward 50, that's where their strength lies, the West Coast Eagles. Tom Boyd soars. Inner circles, kicks towards half forward. Launching himself round. In goes Boyd again. He's surrounded. Big fella taken down. And there will be a ball up about 40 metres out.
Get a repeat inside forward 50 again here.
9 disposals, 3 marks for Jordan Ruff. Momentum here, the West Coast Eagles, but McRae belts the ball towards Boyd. Well done. Schofield coming the other way.
Yeah, well, you know there's going to be a forward getting back first.
Boyd mistimed his leap that time. Lysette did well.
Possessions have been under pressure, and now you can just feel amongst this massive crowd a sense that it's an enormous task for the West Coast from here.
Boyd at close margin.
Look at that excitement. Makeshift ruckman for much of the year. Missed round 23 with a calf injury. Only game he missed all season. And the finish there, fantastic
goal, and every player on the ground getting to Roughhead, and they genuinely believe that this is their night. No doubt about that.
Suckling
On all around the ground.
Roughhead is taking his seat. He's been very good.
Desperately need a goal here before three-quarter time.
margin is 7 goals. A minute to play in this third term. From the West Coast, high ball in, and a
to get the home crowd buzzing. We've been very quiet here tonight. The Bulldogs have just silenced the crowd.
Well, the margin's still in the 30s, and that's important. Once it gets over 40, it just sounds a lot if you're playing footy. The Bulldogs, wonderful spirit. Dunkley knocks field, so Picken just kicks it inside the forward 50. In front was Boyd, falls by Liberatore. Dunkley kicks it down towards full forward. Barras launched himself.
Australian, just his 13th disposal, hasn't stopped trying to become an influence. Boyd got his hands to it, couldn't.
Oh, Boyd, he demanded the footy there, wanted it, just slipped through his finger.
McGovern involved again. Down.
To be playing as a marking ball winning forward as well.
Boyd backhanded it down, gets it from Smith.
A couple of goals were gifted their way by the Western Bulldogs, but they had the first 2 on the board. They look strong.
Absolute best tonight.
Just pops it up towards the top of the square, up in front. Barras got his kick away.
Boyd's in front, hands to it, couldn't take the mark, but they've had all the answers tonight, the Dogs. Boyd launches himself, hands to it. It was quickly back then who's been good. Thumps it back inside the 50. An advantage, then feeds Hunter. Good pressure from Shepherd. Boyd goes out.
Beveridge would be thrilled.
At the main stadium, if there is no home final for either.
Just how much he's getting paid. Like, he's getting paid a lot of money, but if you just put that aside, he just looks like a young Cooper. Clearly his best will be in his 20s.
Craig bangs it in forward. Here is Boyd working on Schofield. Couldn't quite mark, got it again, and then tied it up. So he ticked all the boxes there. Dunkley we spoke about. This is just his 14th game of senior footy. Debut earlier this year, he's kicked 2 goals. 4 seconds remaining. 14 touches in this term.
I certainly would reiterate that, Dan. This